We have to come and fly for JetBlue or Spirit or something.
Or some kind of Mexican airliner. I don't know. Place overseas. Yeah, that's. I know. I hadn't heard that story. Yeah, it just didn't seem like it should be possible. Even if it was operator error, the plane should be smart enough, right,
Yeah.
to compensate for that.
I mean, if even if the pilot is there, he should be able to input stuff that's saying, okay, hey, there's a plane in front,
Yeah. Yeah, one way or the other. I mean, they should compensate for each other.
Yeah.
Um, apparently not. Apparently not. So, okay.
Even my car, hits the brake when it sees there's a car in the front now.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen it in action.
Yeah.
But not an F-35. And how much does each F-35 cost?
The actual cost is somewhere around $450 billion.
Per
$450 million.
per aircraft.
Yeah.
With all that money, they couldn't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're not surprised, though, right?
No.
We're not surprised. Oversight.
I mean, this program has been going on since, 92, 93. It started under Clinton.
I mean, again, the goal here is always still to have, pilotless aircraft. That's the goal, right? They don't even want pilots flying these things. Another, example of how automation is taking over. That is the goal.
Drones.
Have a brain inside of a plane and let it rip.
Yeah.
No more operator errors, human errors.
So, all right, Daniel, we kind of covered a lot of the stuff today.
Yeah, we'll
again, just kind of all over the place.
We'll be more specific next time. We'll be focused on a few points, but it's important to get a feel for the.
Let's focus on a few minutes and describe our podcast. Okay. We have never done that.
We haven't done it. So, okay, you want to start?
So we call our podcast Dekorum.
Yeah.
Do you know why we are calling our podcast Dekorum?
Maybe it describes the political landscape.
Yeah.
Well, look, there's clearly a lack of decorum, right?
Yeah.
But there's also
it's only on one side, though.
On one side, but there's also an overemphasis on decorum on the other side. So it's one of those meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
It's okay to have civility. But,
there's nothing wrong with that.
But if your only argument is that they're being uncivil, that's not an argument.
Yeah, that's not an argument. I mean, you are basically conceding.
Yeah, you're conceding. Yeah.
So, and that's the reason we wanted to start this podcast, was describe everyday politics from a everyday type of Joes.
Yeah.
Not everything is black and white or red and blue.
It's not just economics, or it's not just
not just socialist
or social issues.
Yeah,
they are for everybody else. I mean, those things are all they're combined, right?
Yeah,
it's like we'll take a holistic approach.
Yeah,
right. I think that's about right. The way we will approach politics the way everyone else does.
Yeah,
people who aren't professionals, we're not pundits.
We're not gonna analyze everything.
No.
We're not gonna give you our opinion on everything, but we are gonna say the way we see it, and the way it sounds to us.
Yeah, that's right. We might be wrong, right?
Yeah, we probably are.
Probably are.
Probably are in starting this podcast.
It's a learning process. We'll all learn together, right?
Yeah.
And we'll be fact-checked, certainly.
Most likely.
Yeah. And we welcome that as well.
Probably have some conspiracy theories thrown at us.
Yep. Yeah, what is our real agenda, right?
Yeah.
And I think later on we'll get into more specifics on where we stand on certain issues. That'll be, down the road. But it's like an observational podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to be observing what's happening in the country and the world. And
talking to other people.
We'll have guests on the show as well.
Yeah.
And get their perspective.
We'll go from there and have some fun.
And exercise some decorum.
Obviously, it's not going to be a serious talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have people on, and we'll have
disagreements.
And we'll still be friends.
That's right. Yeah.
At least in front of the camera.
All right. Well, I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah. All right. So until next week.
See you then.
Here's Dekorum.
Really, that long of applause?